Alright, I'm Jason Bach. Welcome to another episode of Free Code Friday. This is number 14. Yep, 14. Always got to check. Alright, so last time I tried to do something that I thought should be really easy to do, and I basically kicked up a little bit of a hornet's nest in the sense that my assumption was wildly wrong. What I found out after I stopped recording is I did some searching, and basically MS Build Workspace is a hot mess right now. It's something that is being worked on so that it can be done, I think, like basically .NET Core or really .NET Standard, but the work to undo and redo what's there is a very interesting GitHub pull request. It looks pretty messy to me, but there's work being done on it. Long and short of it, though, was doing this with trying to do MS Build Workspace was going to become a lost cause. And the reason why I was using it in my book was because that was 2015 at the time. .NET Core was still like a really, really new thing. And there was just, I wasn't even thinking about that. And apparently not a lot of other people were. So the point of all this is that doesn't seem to be a solution, but somebody pointed me in the direction of something called Buildalizer. Great project name. And if I go to the site, I think it's Dave is his name, Dave Glick. I'm off actually to the MVP Summit. That tells you when I'm recording this. I'm going to be off there tomorrow, and he's going to be there too. So if I have any problems, I can hopefully try to find him and go, what the hell do I do with this? But apparently this is a easier way to kind of get, to do what I want to do with projects. And really what, when it comes down to it, is all I need to be able to do is say, here's a solution file, or here's a project file. If I'm given a code file, that's no big deal. But those two, trying to say, hey, give me all the stuff within it, obviously you don't want to write that yourself. And so he has this thing that apparently lets you do this. So, and I haven't tested this. I just literally wrote this before I started recording. So you get an Analyzer Manager, and you can go through the projects, and then you can go through each project and get all the source files, and then I do this. So I'm going to break that up into separate helpers because I want to be able to say, hey, just give somebody a code file, or just give somebody a project file. So we'll be able to eventually test all these. But I want to get to the point where this does work. So, so yeah, we'll have to play with this and see what we can get to do with this. Anyway, so I'm kind of a little hopeful. I've got some work to do yet, but a little hopeful here. So what I'm going to do now is undo these to-dos. And of course, this isn't going to fly because that's not unique enough. And that's the one thing that, unfortunately, with using the MS Build Workspace would have been nicer, because you actually get, I think, like a solution type and a project type, and I would have been able to pass those in here, and I really can't do that with this. So, so I have to say, hey, you gotta be smart enough to know what you're looking at. But okay, that's fine. So, does the Analyzer Manager, I think there's another one that you can use if you just have a project. Yeah, Manager, just get project. Okay. Right. Okay. So you can say var manager is equal to Analyzer Manager, and then var project is equal to manager get project, and we pass in our project file. Okay. And then I'm going to copy and paste for now because I'm still not quite sure how I want to do this. In this case, it's not project, it's just that. Okay, cool. Cool. Now here, That should be consistent though. Call it source file because that's what all the other ones are. And then we'll say this is just source file. That's fine. Okay. Of course, none of these are returning anything. And the thing I'm going to get to now is saying, okay, once you've done this, what I want to do is iterate through each of, or not iterate, but go through each of the properties. And this is also where having the styles as properties is going to be a little bit cumbersome. And actually, I think I might have just solved my own thing. What I mean by that is, let's just do this. For simplicity's sake, generate configuration. And so what this will do is this will actually create the configuration for the, and this is what I wanted. So builder is equal new string builder. Return builder dot toString. But now I want to do builder.add or append line of this.C# style settings. Now the thing that I'm going to do here is change this so this actually gives it based on the statistics that it has. So if I come here, right now I'm just saying that's the setting, and I'm going to kind of change the meaning of what this is doing. So actually, now that I think about it, we're going to go right to the style. Instead of saying this is a property, we're going to say that there is a public abstract string get setting method. Okay, so that this is get setting. Oops. Okay, but we're going to say if this dot total occurrence, this dot data total occurrences is greater than 0, then return else return string.empty. Okay. So now, do I have my notes up? Yeah. So this is going to look like true error. If this dot data, wait, I'm going to say var value is equal to this dot data true occurrences is greater than or equal to this dot data false occurrences. If that's true, then actually say true, otherwise say false. I'm doing a string here because I don't want to rely upon the Boolean and converting it to a string and all that stuff, whether it's going to be a capital T or lower t. This is what I need. Okay. And then I'm going to say here that this is, you do an equals to value. Now I don't have an error condition yet in here. I don't have the, I don't think I have those. Let me just grab those quick. I know I grabbed those before. I was looking through the code and I was like, I think these are all pretty consistent. Yeah, none suggesting warning an error. But again, using these as enumerations is not necessarily what I want to do, because I want it to be the actual value that you're seeing here, not the now if I say none, like it's a capital letter, and that's suggestion with the S being a capital letter. Is there a way to do, I've done this before on projects where you do like C# enum description. I think there's a way to do this. Get name from description attribute. I could do that. Assuming this works in .NET Core. Severity. So we'll call it severity. Okay. And there was non-suggesting warning error. Okay. It's not equals. Oh, it's the constructor, not duh. I like it reading that way, or do I want it that way? I don't know. I can't. Can't figure that out right now. Okay, so now we're going to do that. Alright. So I've got my levels here. And on the style is where I want severity, severity, with default being severity of error, because I am just ruthless like that. And I will want this dot severity, severity, generate drawing property. Boom. All right, so perfect on that one. Well, you know what I mean. All right, so it's going to cause a couple of errors, but that's what I want. Because now what I want to say is joink this dot severity dot get description. No, what does get description do? What this code does. Just gonna steal that crap. Because who doesn't? This is just funny. Of course, it's Stack Overflow based coding. And in all likelihood, I've probably done this before in a couple of other projects. And I'm just told. I know I have. I mean, I'm almost 100% positive I have done this on another project. So that's enum, field info, except we're going to do var. And actually, I thought and this is a little blacky because it's reflection based, but I thought there was a way to say field get custom attribute data. And that gets you a list of the custom attribute data. But that there was a way to say just that gets you all the attributes. Yeah, I'm too tired right now to do this because I'm saying that a lot, aren't I? Yeah, why would I do attribute that get custom attribute? Why wouldn't I just say, unless, wait a minute. Whoops, whoops. Oh, there is no. Whatever. If it works, it works. This is also where I would love this to be like a, way to say, well, it would be an enum. Okay, so this should now do that, except if I... This is one thing I wish that gave you the ability to do. That. Because I only want to use that class from that extension. It's a very, very small thing, and you may go, well, what difference does that make? I'm being very specific as a saying, I want to get the extensions from that type and that type only. I don't want to, not that I'm personally ever going to be worried about it, but this makes sure that I'm focused very much on just that thing. So in the case of extension methods, I like using static, but your mileage may vary. Okay, so now I should be able to get that. And why this is so much of a big deal for me is I can say here, now, I only want to add it though if it I only want to add the setting if it's not null or white space or anything like that. The unfortunate thing though is that I'm going to have to capture the return value and then say if it's not this, then do an append line. It just Can you do it? No, you can't. Let's just say I so wish they put that in that, but I know why they did. What it can do though is I can say private static void append setting. I can say string is a setting here and string builder is the builder. And then pull this down in here. It seems like a small thing, but there. And now what I can do is I can say style walker append setting, where that's the setting. And that's the builder. There. So now if I'm adding more and more of these as time goes on, I can just copy and boom, 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 and go all the way down and add them as I need to. So that's a little cleaner. I like that. Okay, what all broke? Yeah, I know that. Okay. So here, what I'm going to say is Walker I forgot what generate configuration. Boom. And so the same thing here. And the same thing here. I'm actually getting a little excited because this is going to be, I mean, I do all the tests for the generator, but I at least want to do one for the source file. If I can do that, that'll be cool because then I can say, hey, look, I just did this. Actually, before I forget, because all of these are going to be under the CS one, let's make sure, and I think you can, but I don't know if it puts it on the next line. I know builder.append line. There. That way I know I'm always putting that first. Okay, cool. And I'm not going to worry about rooting to true or false. That's not the point of it. That should be the choice of the person who gets the file. They can decide to do that. Okay. 22 minutes. Okay. So now, what broke? Oh, yeah. Create with no data. Assert that get setting is equal to string dot. No, it's not. It's no, the style. Yeah, that should be string dot empty. Name of style get setting. But now, if I actually create with data that actually has something in it, create with more false data, and then we'll do create with more true data. So this will be, let's say there's just one occurrence where it was a false, and then this should be and I need test for the enum thing. I don't want to forget that. But that should be equal to equals false error. And then if this was the other way around, 1U, this should be true. This is even biased. If you look at the style, it's saying shoesearch style, full types for built-in types. You know, that's what it should say, and it doesn't. Anyway. Okay. So we've got that there, and that's good. All those pass. Create with custom severity. Oh, because I'm not oh, it's just in the style? Yeah, I gotta do the same thing that I'm doing here. These optional parameters are a little squirrely. I might change this. Oops. Okay, so now if I come over to here, now I can say suggestion, just something different. And I don't care about this, and I don't care about that. What I do care about, though, is that the severity is equal to severity suggestion. And actually, wasn't quite as much as I was hoping for. But then I make sure I got the same one in both cases, so that's cool. All right. Now the big one. At least I think. Gotta be thorough here, though. Can't forget this. This is just any enum. It just so happens that I know I already have one that has settings on it, so, but yeah, that's fine. Really? I thought it would be smart enough to go, oh, what you need is the enum extension, because that is an enum. Get description. Well, I know it doesn't contain that. What I was hoping for is you could say, hey, you know, oh, for crying out loud, are you kidding me? Oh, now you work. Get. It wasn't smart enough to figure out that's where it's supposed to get it from, but whatever. And this is where I should own the type. Public enum test description. Description. This, no. 1, 1, 2, 2, twee. Of course it is. Okay. Assert that this is equal to, there is no none. That's the other problem. 2. There. Okay. And then let's move it to its own type, its own file, because that's where it should go. Whoops. Okay, cool. And I do want to give credit. Credit is due because, hey, and maybe it's built into the framework right now. I don't know, but that's not the point. Now I'm to the final thing. This is what I really want to see if I can just do. Okay. Is there a way to say I thought there was a way in I/O to say give me a random file name, and I could do it with a GUID. I mean that's fine. I just okay now. Again, ugly copy and pasting code here, but there you go, text. I gotta look. Okay. Gotta check those things. Except I don't want to do this because, no, because plus it really doesn't matter which one it is for now, but let's just do this. Okay. And then I want to remember to do file that delete source file. I wish there was a way to say here is, don't fail, but never mind, I guess. All right. So we've got our file. No, configuration. That's the whole point why I did this. Style generator. Generate from source file. Source file. All right. Because I'm more just curious as to what this is going to do. I should see a CS, and I should see one under there saying true error. That is cool. That is freaking cool. That is freaking cool. And then if I made this an int here, goes false. That's awesome. That's now it's adding the line feed carriage return at the end because I'm saying append line. So what I could do is say that the last one that you do is not a line. Just so you don't have the line. It really doesn't matter for now. It's only if I want to get picky. But that is awesome. I mean, I personally find that to be really cool because this is the stepping stone to say, hey, and do that. Okay, assert that configuration is equal to that whole bunch of crap. Oh yeah, okay. And then actually I can just get rid of a variable, put that there. I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy because even though this is, I still have I've got a lot more work to do. This is a nice stopping point. This is a nice breaking point where I can say, hey, I've only been 8 minutes over. But I've got to this point. So I can take a source file and I can say, let's just make sure that, yeah, I wouldn't want to be, checking in a bunch of crap files, but I don't think I am. I mean, like I said, I'm deleting it, and this is actually good because if for some reason the delete failed, I am curious though. To the searches, done and core temp file name. System.io path, get temp file name. So, let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll stick with this for now, and that should be fine. Cool. So let's check this in. That's being a little facetious, but it's not quite true. But it kind of is too. I mean, this is saying that's what you found, and if I do this for a whole solution, that there shouldn't be nothing. The problem though with testing this for a project and a solution is exactly what I said. Is I'm going to have how do I do that? How do I realistically? Because what all I want to do is make sure that I'm not testing. Did you parse the contents correctly? Did you do everything what you're supposed to do? Because that should this style generator is assuming all of that has been tested. So I shouldn't have to do that at this point. This is just making sure I get something back, some content. And so I want to be careful here that I'm not testing things that I don't own. I'm just testing, did this do what I wanted to do? Which is, really, did you generate content? For now, I'm okay with this because this just kind of makes me feel good. But what I really want to do is get this so that I'm actually giving it a project, giving it a solution file, and saving this to disk as an editor config. That last step. So, but again, this is a nice breaking point. Next time I will continue on with that route. So thank you for watching this one. Questions or comments, you know where to put them. Otherwise, that is it. And I hope you watch my next episode. See you later.